Okay, welcome everyone this evening to our tip of the day. We should be calling it tip of the night. We listened to tip number 12 on Cecilia's website, and the tip was given by MVP Heidi Niss. And I've actually got the privilege of hearing her speak several times, and she is a real dynamo. And her tip of the day was extraordinary, and Eleanor chose this one for us this week, and I have to say that it was super. I got a lot of great information from this tip of the day, and a lot of what am I going to do tomorrow? You know, what I'm putting in plan for tonight that I'm going to do tomorrow. So I'm super excited about that. But I'm going to turn it over to Eleanor, let you say a few words, and then we'll open it up to everybody else.
Okay. I think that we can't get caught up in the tip of the day with the time frame, because this was like 2011, I think. Mm-hmm. And so what that tells you is, if you listened last week at the Nation Call when Amy talked and when Shauna talked, and they were telling you what they were doing, I don't know if any of the rest of you felt the same way, but we all knew exactly what they were doing because it is so basic. And so that's what I love about these tips of the day, because it reminds us to go back to the basics. Really, not a lot changes, although at the end, I love the call to action that Linda Parker gave us, and I loved the tips. But I want to hear from all of you, and I hope that these tips of the day are as helpful to you as they are to me, because I just think it strengthens our resolve, it helps us rid the head trash, and it just helps us to move forward, every single day to build business to VP and MVP levels. And that's what we all want. So, anyway, Kim, I am ready to hear from the rest of these guys.
All right. Just unmute yourself when you're ready to speak. If you're muted.
First.
Yay!
Okay. I liked the quote from, I guess Heidi it was, where she said that someone is always doing what somebody else said couldn't be done.
Absolutely.
And, when you really think about that, it's true. I mean, everything eventually always gets done by somebody. So if it wasn't you, somebody else did it. And I live in an area that I don't really think there's a lot of Arbonne around here. Within maybe 45 minutes would be the closest person I would know. So I just feel like if I don't talk to somebody else is going to talk to them. So you better just hurry up and talk to everybody you know, because otherwise somebody else is going to talk to them, whether it's Arbonne or whether it's a different company, because there's all kinds of companies in my area that are selling beauty products or health products. And so, if I don't at least mention it, then they'll never know. Or maybe if Arbonne does come into the area by somebody I don't know, that person might talk to them before me. So I kind of like that if you don't, someone is always doing what somebody else said couldn't be done. I kind of was thinking that in my head. That's how I interpreted it.
Yeah, super.
Excellent. And you know what, Renee? That just reminds me of the advice that was given to me when I first began. Get 100 clients, get 100 customers. We don't have to have everyone, because there are a lot of companies out there. We don't have to defend Arbonne. We just want 100 customers, and then we teach the people that we bring into this business to get 100 customers. From those 100 people are going to come business builders, and remember, we only need 16 of those people that get 100 customers, and that gets you to region and beyond. So anyway, who would like to speak next?
I will.
Okay, Sherry.
Oh, Ellis raised his hand.
I'd like to hear from him.
Okay, go ahead, Ellis. I agree. Actually, that was what I got. Renee's crying over there. What Renee just said was on the top of my list. But the other thing that, so I totally agree with that. The other thing was, I think she said, don't end your day on a poopy Arbonne
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she said poopy because I was in the car when I heard it. But and this is so true for me, period, about certain things that I care about and that I'm passionate about the most. Like if I don't get my workout in and I planned on it in the evening and then I get home and I get busy and cook and whatever, I'm like, dang, I'm really mad at myself. And I'm also mad. I think I was just telling Renee today, I didn't get my Arbonne in today. I've got on. So it really means a lot. And I agree with that. And with a positive. So you start your day out that way as well. So.
Excellent. Great.
Can I go next? Because mine kind of piggybacks on Sherry.
Yes.
I liked that she didn't just say always end your day on an Arbonne positive, but she gave kind of her method for doing so was to replace each frustrating event, like somebody cancels, with 2 positives. So somebody cancels, book 2 to replace it. Double the positive response to the negatives, whatever they may be. And I thought that was really cool. I also loved her analogy of the boxing ring with your problems, your excuses, your challenges, all in one corner and you in the other, and just a very forceful sort of way of thinking of it, because you don't put mismatched boxers in a ring. You fight within your weight class. So you have what it takes to beat those problems and delays and frustrations if you'll visualize yourself as in the same weight class in that ring with them. So.
That's great. I hadn't thought of that.
Exactly. I hadn't thought of it that way either.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. Great analogy, Rachel. Good deal. Who's next?
I'll go.
Whitney?
Go ahead, Sarah.
Sorry, Whitney. Let me go before I lose my voice completely.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I liked how, I just listened to it, so it's kind of fresh on my mind. I liked how she broke down how she was bringing her consumer consultants back in by having them, like a challenge, having them sell, 10 makeup primers or 10 mascaras, and then say, whoever can bring me the sales first will be in the running for like a $250 gift card or something. I really liked how she broke that down and told them like how much they would get from it and then how much free product they would get from it just from selling something so simple, 10 makeup primers. And then, how she added it all up and said, well, if my 10 consultants sell 10 makeup primers, that's, like 3,600 or something. I don't remember what she said, but I like how she broke it all down and into like a block, like what we talked about last night, Kim, breaking it down into blocks. So that was my takeaway.
Awesome. That is great. I love the way she had a goal, $20,000, and she didn't quit. She didn't just give up. She wanted that MVP challenge trip. And Heidi is really down to earth and has like what, Kim, 4 or 5 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why she's so amazing. Very down to earth, also. Who's next? Whitney?
I'll go. The part that really spoke to me was the no excuses part. I use that on my kids all the time, and yet I have given Kim probably 8 million excuses for why things haven't just really taken off, whether it's moving or the new job or busy or kids or volleyball or football or whatever. So that one really spoke to me in just the fact that just don't give yourself a break. There's, did you get your room clean? No, I don't want to know why. Just do it. And that kind of really spoke to me as, have you made DM yet? No, I don't want to know why. Just do it. So that is my next goal. And I'm trying to hold myself more accountable and just really make sure that I'm working Arbonne every day, which my kids are cracking me up because I'm always in the car listening to a call or, one of the things that Kim's posted to listen to or something. And my daughter got in the car with me the other day with a friend. And I was like, sorry, guys, y'all going to have to listen to Arbonne. And the girl was like, what? And Peyton's like, she's always on Arbonne. So it was funny, but there's no more excuses. And like I said, I expect that of my kids. So now I have to start expecting it of myself. So that part really, I felt like she was, 6 years ago, good Lord, in 2011 speaking to me now. So that was
Love it. Love it. Excellent, Whitney. I am so glad to hear that. I'm cheering you on. And, one of the things that spoke to me that she said, she goes, as a leader, we can't just sit back and cheer on our team. We have to goal set and strategize with our team members. And so for all you guys on my team, that really spoke to me. And so it's more than, me asking you, what are your goals this month? It's once you, determine what your goals are, I am here to help you strategize and make a plan to reach those goals. So I am going to be more active with your goal setting and then helping you reach those goals. So that's what really spoke to me about this. And then also, I am definitely going to put into action tomorrow's kind of like a free day, not really, but I don't have to go anywhere. And so I'm going to do, call the 10 former consultants on your team and ask to do that. I mean, because I need to get some quick volume, because as of next week, I'm not going to be able to do anything, so I'm going to take what she did, the 2 things that she did, and I'm going to put them into action tomorrow and see, what that brings. So I'm excited.
I think someone needs to mute, because is anyone else hearing the knocking?
Yeah, it's sort of like a knocking and a television sound too.
It's gone. Great.
All right.
Okay, great. Who's next?
I'm not next, but I would just like to ask him what exactly you're going to do. Do you know yet, or are you going to?
I don't know. I'm going to sleep on it tonight. Do the thing, and I'll get up. I'll put it on our Facebook page tomorrow morning.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I guess I'd like to piggyback on what everybody else has pretty much said already. And, the excuses, give none and take none. I like that a lot. And she said, when you do the things you don't want to do, the results are amazing. And so it's just a matter of getting uncomfortable more. And she also said, somebody is always doing what somebody else says couldn't be done. And a lot of it spoke to me, but I really liked the way that she broke down everything like everybody else said. So for me, I have to listen to it again. And maybe like Rita Davenport would say, listen to it 7 times. So I have to do that. But that's my takeaway.
Awesome, Sandy. That's great. Brenda or Charlotte?
I can share. I'm honestly, okay. Sandy, I should just duplicate what you just said, because I was thinking the same things. But I underlined under her do it, number 2, pick up the phone, meet with people, do what you don't feel like doing. And I'm thinking, duh, how hard is this? Pick up the phone, meet with people. But again, it's that stuff we don't feel like doing. Do the uncomfortable more, which Sandy mentioned. And then under decide, she said, I will get it done. It's like it's not an option. If you've decided it's going to happen, it will happen, and that's it. And there was one other thing here. Oh, I liked how she mentioned that the problems are just part of your business. So when you think of it as the problems are coming, it's part of it, then you just approach the problem and you fix it double time, kind of like what Rachel said. Problem comes your way, something cancels. So now you fix it right away with 2 things. So, and it's never too late. She said it's never too late. Just do it.
Right, exactly. There was one thing that, did anyone else just love the analogy with Abraham Lincoln? How he wrote the Gettysburg Address literally on his way from Washington to Gettysburg on the back of an envelope. and what he could have said, what he could have said, but he didn't. And then it turned out to be the greatest 5-minute speech in the world. I think it's world renowned. And someone else may want to mention this, so I'm going to go ahead and let Brenda or Teresa give their ahas first. Can you guys hear Brenda, Teresa? Would you like to give your ahas?
Okay, I'll go. I'm just.
I don't think.
I'm off base. I listened to tip 4 3 times. Okay, and today.
You're killing me.
Okay, and today, to make sure that I listened to the right one, I listened to tip 5. So apparently I'm still off base. But I will tell you this, and sorry, I was on the phone with my grandkids.
I love it, Brenda. You crack me up.
But I will tell you what Charlotte just said. It's really kind of what tip 4 was talking about. She just talked about just do it. Just do it. She said your beliefs drive your actions. And so you just got to do it. I got my Brave on this week, and I got a party booked.
Yay!
I mean, yeah, it's just, yeah. So anyway, you know what? It's personal growth, right? No matter what tip you listen to. And I listened to it 3 times because I took notes, because she had a great script for asking people to host a party. So yeah, so that's my takeaway.
Love it, Brenda, love it.
And the bad part is I told Sherry to listen to tip 4.
Oh my God. Oh, how wonderful. It makes us giggle from our tummies. That's good.
Yeah.
And I love the expression, put your brave on. That I've adopted that. Amy, what was it? Amy did it she said it last week. She puts her brave on every day.
Yeah.
I love that. Teresa, can you hear, honey? You have to unmute.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody may have said this already because I joined late because I couldn't find the connection. But I loved, and this might be not exactly what she said, but about excuses. Give none, take none. So it's not only about what you're telling yourself, it's what other people are telling you too. So you have to, there's just no room for excuses in this business. And that's one thing I know I have to work on.
Okay, great. I think that probably stuck with all of us.
Yeah.
You give no excuses and you take no excuses. Mm-hmm. And sometimes as the leader of your team, it's hard not to take excuses. And I tell you what, Cecilia Stoll, I think, is the best leader of taking no excuses. She just does not take any. I swear, I think your grandfather could die and she'd tell you to go to a meeting or something. But anyway, I love that. Has everyone said what they want to say, Kim?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. There was just one other thing. There were so many things, but one of the things that she said that I think, she said, no matter what time of the month that it is, even if it's the end of the month, whatever, she said, you have to be a tough fighter. You have to be a tough fighter. And she said, I can't remember. Let's see. She said, have your goals changed just because it's toward the end of the month? Has your why changed just because it's maybe the 15th or whatever? No, your goals don't change. Your why doesn't change. So you dig in and you make it happen. Become that tough fighter. You don't give up on the 25th of the month if you haven't reached your goal. You don't even give up on the last day of the month if you haven't reached your goal. So be brave, put your brave on, and be a tough fighter. No excuses, take none, give none. So many of you, there were so many wonderful ideas that you took from this. And I loved it. But what about the call to action that Linda Parker gave us at the end?
Yeah.
Is everybody ready to do one of those? I think those are great. Brenda's laughing as soon as you listen to it. But anyway, I think that we should do exactly what Linda Parker said. She said that just pick one of those things, and you can tweak it. You know, you don't have to give 50%. You can give 35%, but tweak it and pick one and just put it into play. And let's just see what happens by doing that. Some of you may not have several consultants that have been in your business that have quit. So you might want to choose, you know, selling the 10 primers or selling 10 of something else that you love. You know, sell 10 fish sticks. You know, that would be great.
Or, you know what, for many of us who, you know, a lot of times lead with the nutrition, you could ask them to sell, you know, a bag of protein, you know, because it is, and give them, you know, your discount. You know, so see if you can have them sell 5 bags of protein, you know, if that is your network. I mean, because when I was listening to her, I was thinking, what would my network be excited to sell? And then in turn get it for themselves, you know? So, you know, I know my network, you know, really loves, you know, enjoys protein and the healthy living. So I'm like, geez, if I had, you know, 10 people sell 5 bags of protein, and then I would, you know, compensate them with a bag of protein or something like that. But, you know, I told you, Renee, I will kind of toss that around, figure it out, see what it looks like on paper, and I'll post that on our team page tomorrow. And then Eleanor, you can just copy it and, you know, put it on your page.
Well, I can tell you that's $3,800.
There you go.
You have 10 people sell 5 bags of protein, only 5. That will be $3,800 in volume.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That's a lot. So I just think it's a great idea. And I think that's like, to me, she thinks outside of the box. You can just get that from her. And that's what, there's so many of you and you're so brilliant. Most of you, I think we can all think outside of the box a little bit more than what we're doing and make some big things happen.
So I kind of wanted to ask something about that. So sorry, Eleanor, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, cut me off because we haven't heard from you.
Yeah. So everything, like Renee started out with like the, you know, that thing, the quote, and I was like, yeah, you know, and then like everybody had said it and I was like, we're good. So, but I did have a question. So I have someone, okay, who she's in, like I already count her as part of my team, but she's not paid the $79 to be on, right? She's at multiple online parties with me. This next one I have tomorrow night, like she's got people coming, like that have never really said they're coming before. So I was just thinking outside of the box here. I know she's one because she wants to kind of see how this business works. What if an incentive was like, okay, sell X amount, because her issue is money right now. And she's nervous about getting started because she doesn't have the money like to get an ASVP. So I'm trying to think, like, if she sold, you know, 10 something, how do I go in and help her? Because Heidi, you know, she kept talking about the $250 towards product. Well, that would be enough for an ASVP. So I'm just kind of like wondering how Heidi did that. Like, did she build it like Cecilia's, you know, host, like how we do our host rewards? Like, I don't know how she did that, but I'm thinking for LaShonda, well, this would be easy for her. You know, she pays the $79, and then if she does the 10, you know, whatever, she's going to get the ASVP from me, you know, because then I'll get her on my team and then she's in.
Yeah, she said she had some host rewards that she could use for that thing she was offering her people.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to think what to do for LaShonda, but I was thinking
not lose a penny. She said she did not lose one dime doing it this way. So she probably used her own, just like we do with the host rewards. You know, I think she probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have in the past, like, my, you know, sister, you know, she and I split the makeup thing before, and I paid her consultant fee. Well, then I feel like you don't have any skin in the game at that point.
Right.
And I'm not into part, but if you're going to go and you're going to sell 10 of something, I know you're in now, and I'm more willing to give you an ASVP because you've sold, you know, because I have host rewards or whatever, but you still pay your $79. Because I feel like that $79 is like, you're right to pass it. Like, I don't know, you're paying your business, you know, I mean, it's your business. So.
Right. I think, do you know that Stacy Thorne she is one of the top, at least the top 100 in Arbonne. And her Melanie Barkley is her sponsor. Melanie is an EMVP,
Mhm.
and she tried forever to get her. She gave her a free RE9 set just to come to a Discover, and that did it. You know, sometimes, and Kim, I don't know if you agree or disagree, and you're welcome to you know, put your input, but sometimes you give to get.
Yeah.
And in this case, you really aren't going to lose that much if you feel that, you know, this is going to give her, you know, that peek into what this can mean.
Yeah. And, you know, I guess, you know, what you could tally up what your QV is going to be and what you're going to get paid. You know, like if you say sell, you know, 10 of this, figure out what that is, and then make, you know, what you're going to make from that. I would then make that, you know, what
Exactly.
you're going to give her. So you're not going to lose or give too much, you know, more than what you earn. So.
Because I feel like we are so giving, you
Yes.
know, and I feel like, and I don't feel like she's somebody that's going to go take advantage. I feel like there are people in the world that'll do that. And I feel generally we're just good people at heart. So we just want to like pour into and just give our bond, but we don't want to give it away either because
Right.
it's
Right.
value. So,
Yeah, still a business.
yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
Great.
Well, thank you.
Any other ideas, guys? And Kim, I love the idea of the 5 protein powders.
Yeah.
That's great because that's such a staple. You know,
And at our price, it's actually extremely affordable, you know, at our 35% discount. You know, it's not, I mean, there are many other companies out there that their protein powder is, you know, straight up 90 and above, you know, and so when we're using our discount, it really gets it at a good price point for people that would definitely want to take advantage of that.
Yeah. And we could also do, you know, it depends on who you're asking. If you have people that love skincare, then you could do half of the skincare, half of the,
Right.
you know, half of the nutrition, whatever. You know,
Can I
you will
say
tweak it to fit your, yes.
I was going to say something because as I was thinking about which consultants or consumers to contact, I was thinking about like them each specifically, like what is their favorite like product? Like what is one that they always, without a doubt, reorder? And so like I'm thinking of someone who always tells me, oh my gosh, I got to reorder Fizz Sticks. So, okay, if you can sell 10 boxes of Fizz Sticks, that could be their thing. And then like just personalize it to each person you talk to, because you know, like I'm like Kim, you know, most of my network likes the nutrition, but I'm starting to get more that are more into the skincare and more into the cosmetics. I have some that even are like, I need all the eyeshadow colors. So I don't know, I'll try to figure it out and be like, well, if you can sell, you know, a four shade palette, you know, sell 20 of them, or, you know, something like that. But just kind of match it to like each consultant that you talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, Vicki Meeks has a new consultant, and she wants, I mean, we've tried to talk her out of it and, you know, try to talk her into different ASVPs. She wants a cosmetic ASVP, period. She does not, that's what she's into. That's what she wants to do. And we finally just said, you know, great. You know, that's great. She loves Arbonne's Cosmetics. You know, so this is a first for us, but that's how she wants to begin, with a cosmetic ASVP. So
I think it's great too, because you know, most people think of like when like in Kim and I's network, and most of us, they see Arbonne and they think, oh, the 30-day challenge. You know, they don't always immediately think, oh, amazing anti-aging line. You know, they kind of, I mean, you're branded, you know, so it's great to have a broad base of consultants that are, you know, out there. You know, some are promoting the cosmetics and some are promoting nutrition and then the skincare. So
yeah, you want that balance. I think you want that balance, definitely. Okay, anyone else?
I have a quick question. I am slightly ADD when I'm listening to stuff. So there was a part where I would have sworn she said that she included preferred clients in these challenges.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
So you can do that. Okay, that I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was going to ask. Okay,
She
so if you
included
get
her
preferred clients,
great PCs. She said like her best PCs. She
Okay.
included. And so
so if you can bring them in and they bring 10 people in, then you include them. Okay.
She kept saying that she was going to get 10 preferred clients, though, and I was like, well, one bag of whatever is not going to get you. That's not a preferred client yet, but maybe it's because she's converting it, or
I think what she meant was it gave her the contact to
For
then
later.
later go and
Okay.
talk to them, have that conversation with them.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
she had the names and the addresses, the telephone numbers.
that makes sense
She
then.
followed
That's
up. Fortunes in the follow-up. And then the consultants, some of them got so excited. I imagine the ones that sold a few $1,000s, they got so excited that they rejoined her business.
Yeah.
So it just opened up, an Arbonne world that maybe we haven't investigated enough. So
Excited.
anyway,
you could also use the 125 for 30
right.
to give the free bag, or you could get 250 for 60
Right.
if you get enough, volume.
Absolutely utilize that when you're going to be ordering that much, because if you're getting between 5 and 10 people to get that many bags of protein, you would absolutely want to order them using your 125 for 30s. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then there was just one last thing. If everyone is finished with their comments, I love this, you guys. I learned so much from all of you. I love when we get together and everyone interacts. I just think it's the best thing, rather than just listening to one person all the time. It's so wonderful to listen to all of you. But she ends this by saying, Linda Parker, I'm back to Linda, but she said, write down your goal. Even though you've already written it for this month, write it again. She said she wants that goal, because it might have changed after listening to this call. Your volume goals may have changed, your sponsoring goals may have changed. Write your goals again tonight before you go to bed. Write them down. What are your goals for August? I mean, this is just the 9th. My gosh, we have a ton of time, over 3 weeks left. So write your goals again. And if you want to share them with your upline, definitely do that. But let's write them with a different focus. Let's reset. So anything else, Ms. Kim?
Well, I think that was good. I think we did great tonight.
I do too. I love it. Thank you guys for being on tonight, for taking the time. I can tell you that it pays to listen to these calls. And Sandy, Teresa, I am so glad that you're on. I love that you're on. Thank you, Charlotte. And all of the Vibe Tribe, and Whitney and Krista, and cannot wait to see you guys at the car presentation.
And
Kim,
Kim,
I think
aka Tara.
And what?
I said, and Kim Cardenas, aka Tara.
Oh, I know. I forget about that. I keep saying, I love it. Tara, well, we're happy to have you on, of course. But anyway, so Miss Kim, are we talking after this by phone?
Yes, by phone. But you know it is Cecilia's VP calls going on right now.
Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. It's 8:37. All right. After the VP call. All right.
After the VP call. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Cannot imagine how much you're loved.